Greetings, Geishlings. Geishin Prime here, and sorry for the later than usual update, but anybody that's been following, my grandmother's had some medical issues. She had a fall about a week ago, so I've been visiting her in rehab. So, yeah, lovely Christmas season I'm having, but One Piece lifts the spirits. But anyway, here's my review for One Piece Chapter 889 Review. I already said review. I'm losing my mind. An unknown mama, which is reference to the fact that because she's been in this rage state for so long, Perospero and Bavaros, I'm going to pronounce his name multiple different ways, so be prepared. Don't even recognize him as their mother right now, which, yeah, I wonder if she was ever that skinny, since they've been alive. But anyway, got some nice cover art with the Totadas and Leo's group, and they've decided to become pirates. And Violet and Rebecca are making them cute little pirate outfits, which this one's just going to be kind of a funny one, isn't it? What are they going to have, little child size battleships or something that they're going to sail off, and it's like, to the new world. Wait, we're in the new world. Okay, wherever Luffy is. It's like, there's a cat chasing us or something stupid. Well, anyway, on to what you really came for, the main meat of the chapter. Daifuku summons his genie to try and fight Carrot. She's just dodging him. And I do mean he tries to take out Carrot. Keyword try. Because she just whips right through him and dodging everything he does. And he's ultimately just doing more damage to the fleet than she actually was, which is pretty funny when you think about it. He was supposed to be one of the competent members of the Charlotte siblings. Apparently not so much. After the first couple ships, you would think, yes, I don't need to be doing this strategy anymore. But also, for some reason, it was listing him as the 26th son. That would be Bavaros, so I don't get that. And that was that way in two translations I read. So, that's a problem. Nami and Chopper continue to be shocked by Carrot's abilities. Jinbei further explains Sulong a little bit, how it brings out the feral side of the Minx, and it can only happen on a cloudless night because they have to make eye contact with the moon. And as we saw in 888, without training, it becomes dangerous. Every friend or foe becomes something that you'll go after. And if not controlled, it will lead to death, presumably within a night, but it could be a little longer than that. I don't know. There's always speculation that could be made. Then after hearing how Carrot's risking her life, Brook's like, I'm going to go help her. And Chopper's like, no, Brook, don't jump in the water. But he's running on water, which is probably one of my favorite abilities of his. Because only he could do it. Which, given how much he does that in this chapter, and previous times when he only does it for a fairly short period, gets tired, starts to sink because of the water's effect on him, he doesn't seem to have that weakness anymore, because he goes even further both ways while carrying Carrot, which would be additional weight for his light body. Is this a hint at armament hockey or another soul ability of his? I don't know, but if it is, I love it. And am I the only one to actually think this? But anyway, Bavaros, he's worried about Big Mom's condition because she's so thin. And Sparrow confirms that this is the longest she's ever been like this, and, it's what's causing the slim down. She hasn't eaten anything in, let's see, it was like 9 o'clock, so it's been 10, 11 hours since she probably ate anything at all. And for Big Mom, yeah, that's not good. Gotta keep up them calorie stocks. Balros then reports that the cake is coming to them, but it's on Capone's ship. Which Sparrow's like, yeah, I don't trust that cake then. Then at 9 p.m., the scene changes over to the Nostra Castello. Sanji's protesting Capone's desire to poison or rig the cake with explosives. He wants to kill a Yonko, and it's like, she's probably vulnerable on the inside, right? She'll eat it. Capone argues that Big Mom, she's eaten all manners of snacks and everything, so he doubts Sanji's claims about how the taste of the cake will, satisfy her and possibly just defeat her at least. It's like, here, Capone, spoonful of the cream for you, which shuts him up, and he's like, oh, I almost died from that. That was delicious. So now he's seeing the light of the power of what the cream and the cake itself, I guess, now has. Sanji states that they could kill her if they want, but only after she eats the cake, because it's his job as a chef to feed those who want to eat. And my nose is itchy like I don't know what today. And Pudding is just kind of fainting all over. It's very much a role reversal of what Sanji was like during Fishman Island, where it was constant nosebleeds and fainting and not doing a whole lot. But that's fine. It just shows that she is the female version of Sanji, really. And just loves him, or just loves the actions of his coolness and awesomeness, I guess. Let's see. Then Sanji mentions, right before the scene change, that he hopes Nami is safe. Which, is that his true love? Is that what it's possibly hinting at? I don't know. But, because it's not the first time he's done that. And he does seem to like both Pudding and Nami. So there could be a love triangle there, which is a fun thing, considering romance is not the biggest thing in One Piece. But later on, towards the end, he might end up with both. I mean, nose is itchy again. Then, things go over to just over the sea. Prometheus is angry at Zeus. They've decided to finally fly across the ocean to Big Mom. And it's like, Zeus is like, it wouldn't taken so long if you hadn't gone back to eat that forest fire. And it's like, you damaged me. I had to go do that to restore myself. You monster. So they're kind of blaming each other for their own shortcomings. Kind of funny. And they know that Big Mom probably needs them, so they're heading on. Let's see. Back at the Sunny, a path has started to form with how the ships are starting to drift apart in the frontal fleet. Carrot is still doing a great job at destroying the helms, but and also how she's dodging the enemies and then leading Daifuku to do most of the damage. I mean, that should have been what she should have been doing. Just hopping around. She would have conserved a lot more power. Almost felt a burp. That was. Sorry. Excuse me. Yeah, I would have just let him do it. I mean, she could have been doing this a lot longer, because as it's shown, she is starting to reach her limit. So there is a limit even with training. But then again, she probably hasn't been doing it as long. Luckily, Brook he comes in, he had put one of the crews on the ships asleep, and he carries Carrot back to the Sunny. And just like I mentioned before, this is when it really shows, because he's carrying her, he's water running, and I only see like two things of how he's able to do this. One is that during the time skip his endurance increased, because we know his physical strength cannot, being a skeleton. Or it hints that he's got armament hockey and may not even know it. Or it could be a soul power. I don't know. Anything to act as like a cushion between him and the ocean would probably do. Then finally we have Perospero and Bavaros. They're angered at Daifuku's uselessness. And we see Big Mom calling upon her special homies, Napoleon, Prometheus, and Zeus, to become what I call Demon Witch Lin Lin. I mean, the flaming hair from Prometheus, a wicked looking sword, because Napoleon moved his face onto the blade itself, so it kind of reminds me of Espada Girl, Baby Five's Espada Girl. And then flying on Zeus, and he's doesn't even have a physical change, so he's completely which one of these doesn't look like the other kind of thing. And somehow she almost magically recovers her I assume it's some of her stamina, because she was breathing heavily and didn't seem like she could do much, and now she's gung-ho again. It could be because those are her soul fragments in those homies, and it's essentially when the kids come home, the parents are happiest, so I'm guessing. And that's not my own original thought. I saw that on Joy Boy's review of the chapter, so just give credit where it's due. And I do like that idea. Then she flies over, lands on the deck of the Sunny, demands the cake, which another thing that Joy Boy and other people have been saying is she's probably going to kill Perospero in the next chapter or so, because she's demanding the cake. It's obviously not there, so it's he lied to me. I'm gonna go kill that little brat. Then Jinbei's yes, we must prepare to abandon the ship, should we need. Yeah, because the Sunny will be destroyed and Frankie's going to have an aneurysm. It's my Sunny! How did those idiots let it happen like this, or something? I don't see it being destroyed like that. Damaged, maybe. Totally destroyed, no. But yeah. So yeah, I still stand by my 4.5. It was a good chapter. It had humorous bits. It had a little bit of action, some plot progression, some other little hints of maybe future developments. All around a good chapter. I mean, and that one picture of Big Mom was good enough for me. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at KeishanPrime, and I'll see you next time. Keishlings, roll out.